Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture.
And I'm Varys, but not a eunuch.
This is the news.
So, Roman Reigns, we obviously spoke about the good old big dog the other day. He's back, his leukemia is in remission, he's back on WWE television, and everything is good in the world. So we have a couple of updates on him today. The first of which surrounds his first big pay-per-view match since returning.
Yes.
So we've got Fastlane taking place on March 10th, and it sounds like the big dog is already ready to go.
Sounds good to me.
He is Lazarus. Incredible recovery story. Anyway, the current word on the street amongst, well, I say on the street among certain wrestling sources who are not on the street, unless Shagger Dave is now a gang member. It's going to be the Shield, facing off against Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and do the Bobby Lashley thing, please. Okay.
My man, Bobby Lashley.
There we go. Something about being a cowboy, baby. This is, according to multiple sources, including The Observer, 3-on-3 classic Shield format, although there is talk from Post Wrestling and your friend, Jackson Pollock, that it may be expanded to a 4-on-4, including Elias and Braun Strowman. And if you ask me, just go 5-on-5, throw Kurt Angle with his little jacket in there as well. Give Braun a jacket, it'll be big banter. What do you think of this match?
Yeah, I think when he came back and what we saw on Monday Night Raw, a lot of people hoped for something like that at Fastlane. And yeah, I think it's just what we need. Fastlane, as has been mentioned a million times, is a bit of a nothing pay-per-view. It's just a step on the road to WrestleMania. But something like this, I think, would serve them really well, and I'd be up for watching it for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's a good little warm-up match for Reigns coming back in. He won't have to do all that much if it's a 3-on-3 or a 4-on-4. He can just hang around on the apron until the end and then pop the boys with all his big moves. It should be really good. It was effectively set up on Raw, of course, with Dean getting beaten up by all four heels. Rollins and Reigns coming down and saving him, but not really reuniting, not really coming together. So I guess this will come together on upcoming Raws.
Yeah, we were discussing it in the office yesterday, and Michael Hamlet sort of explained how they could quite easily do this as a storyline. Obviously, when they had Seth and Dean slowly come back together, not trusting each other for a long time because of all that had happened with them before, that was one thing. And granted, Dean has, turned on Seth in the immediate aftermath of Roman Reigns' announcement a few months ago. But now he's back, now it's in remission. One could argue that the storyline could be Dean and Seth are seeing the bigger picture. They all reunite and they just batter all the Cougars at Fastlane. But speaking of Roman Reigns, he and Batista, according to PW Insider, are confirmed for Monday Night Raw next week, and Reigns is booked to appear on all of the Raws right up until May. So all throughout WrestleMania season and beyond, Roman Reigns is going to be on Monday Night Raw. We were hopeful when we heard about his recovery, but this is phenomenal news.
Yeah, I'm amazed that he's jumping back into such a heavy schedule already. Now, we don't know what his house show schedule or anything like that is going to be like, but it's really encouraging that he's just jumped back into this career with both feet after such a horrendous disease. I mean, you can tell just from looking at the guy, like looking at his face on Raw, that he has been through some serious battles over recent months. He has endured a lot, but he's here, he's back. He looks to be in good shape. And of course, we had the report the other day that this was entirely his decision. Vince was never going to rush him back, but Reigns, as soon as he got the all clear, said, I'm back, just book me. So it looks like we're getting him every single week. It looks like we're going to get some Shield shenanigans, and more Batista is going to be good as well, right? After that awesome angle on Raw. Adam Nicholas.
Gentlemen, just on the topic of Batista, interesting fact for you, thought you might want to chuck out there. The video of him attacking Ric Flair on WWE's YouTube channel has got 6.6 million views.
6.6 million views. Wow, okay. People love Batista. That's incredible. I mean, it was a great angle, wasn't it?
It is absolutely fantastic. I love the finish to Monday Night Raw. I think this feud has legs. I cannot wait to see how they fall. It's been very rare that I sit here not immediately after a pay-per-view and say, I can't wait to see what they do on Monday Night Raw. Yeah. But I'm counting the minutes until Monday Night Raw next week.
Fired up, baby. I can't wait. Anyway, we haven't reported some signings in a while, which is weird, considering how crazy 2019 has been so far. But we have, for NXT UK, 5 new names to report. None of them are all that surprising, but they have been officially confirmed by WWE.com yesterday, and they will be starting at the NXT UK Performance Centre, which is based in London. So the names are Ilya Dragunov, who is a former WXW Unified World Champion, a very big name in Germany's biggest promotion. We have Kaylee Ray and Jazzy Gabbert, who were in the first ever Mae Young Classic in 2017. Kaylee Ray is obviously a mainstay in ICW in Scotland and elsewhere on the UK scene. Jazzy's also known as the alpha female. She's a big powerhouse. She'll have her own niche in that division, and she was great in the Mae Young as well, so I can't wait to see what she does. And 2 other names in Oliver Carter, who is a Swiss wrestler, best known for his work in Germany, and of course Primate J. Melrose, who is perhaps best known for his work in Defiant and WCPW, both as a wrestler and a general manager.
Former general manager, former hardcore champion, former tag team champion, all round lovely bloke, unless you get him in the ring.
Yeah, he's a very violent man in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, go and do that again.
Maybe plug your signings video, maybe.
Yeah, okay, so if you want to know all about the signings that have gone down in wrestling in 2019, we have a lovely video going through every single one before these 5, and it's up to date as of Monday. If you want a handy little resource to find every single wrestler who has gone to a promotion in 2019, because there's been a lot of them. I think when I counted it up, there were over 40. Yeah. It's absolutely insane. It's all there. Mr. Adam Nicholas, who has just reminded me to plug this because I'm not a very good marketer, will put a little link.
Indeed, and a fantastic time for UK wrestling. And speaking of signings, Bea Priestley has signed for All Elite Wrestling. Now, it doesn't look like she's going to be at the Double or Nothing pay-per-view in May, but it does look like she'll be there at Fight for the Fallen at Jacksonville in July. Nearly got there in the end.
Hey.
Bea Priestley, yet another phenomenal star. She's wrestled in Japan. She's wrestled all over the UK indie scene. She is fantastic. She's obviously the other half of Will Ospreay, although that is secondary to her in-ring ability.
Yeah.
But she is a fantastic signing for the women's division, and really excited to see what she can do over there.
Yeah, I mean, I think Bea Priestley is one of the most improved wrestlers on the planet over the past 2 years. I mean, she's always been good, but like the past few times I've seen her in Stardom and other places, she's been phenomenal. So this is a really smart pickup for AEW. She's one of the biggest names not affiliated with another promotion. Like, the problem with their women's division was always going to be that so many wrestlers have been signed by WWE that it's just kind of hard to make up the numbers. But they're going to take people like Bea Priestley and Kylie Rae, who are rising names, but very, very good wrestlers, and they're going to make them even bigger stars. It's going to be really exciting to see how Priestley's career pans out in AEW.
Best of luck to all of those guys, but especially, just on a little private note, especially to all the guys who used to work for WCPW or Defiant Wrestling. You will do fantastic things. Right, let's move on to today's Twitter questions. Don't forget you can tweet them at us at WhatCulture WWE. We'll start with a question from Nate Lee, who says, do you think that in today's world, with a number of wrestlers, characters and gimmicks, that it's possible for aspiring wrestlers to be totally original, or is there anything left at all that hasn't been done at least once?
Oh man, that is a really good question. I think that complete originality is probably impossible. However, you do get gimmicks that are unlike anything else currently going on in the planet right now. Guys like the Velveteen Dream.
Yeah.
Like, who's like that guy at the moment, right? Like, flamboyant, charismatic, amazing in the ring, like a prodigious talent. Ideas, new, fresh, interesting ideas that have never been done before are increasingly hard to come by, of course. But you know, if you can take a classic formula and put a twist on it, I think you're golden. Yeah,
I think Hulk Hogan did pretty well emulating superstar Billy Graham, so you'll be absolutely fine. Look, I think, yeah, there's, as you say, no real complete originality, although you could say that around everything. Television, movies, that sort of thing, you know. There is always going to be an evolution of it. And like you say, with the Bukes Cruise and with Velveteen Dream, don't worry, there's still plenty to get excited
Ripped Freddie Mercury.
Alexander Fox asked today's second question. Alex says, what would you think of a match at WrestleMania between The Undertaker and Drew McIntyre? If you want to go a step further, I'd reluctantly have Drew squash Taker. Drew is too good and in booking limbo, and he needs something to do at Mania.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a really good way to get him back on track, I think, because, like, Drew's still great, but he's kind of lost a lot of the momentum he had last year. Like, losing to Dolph Ziggler and other fannies was not a good move.
We were pitching him for main event stuff at WrestleMania.
Yeah, we really were, like title shots and stuff, and now he's hanging around with the most boring dorks in the universe, and the great man Baron Corbin. I think it's a good idea to revive him. I think if he went in there and just murdered Taker in 2 moves, Claymore, then someone else, done, that would be a good move for him. It would make Taker look like a doofus, however, and it's not something I'd be terribly excited about seeing, I don't think.
I think, yeah, if you're picking guys to squash Taker, that's fair enough, although I don't sense that's what he's going to want to do at WrestleMania if he does have one more match. But
if you squash Taker, it's Tommaso Ciampa for me.
Give him something big to do at WrestleMania, or, you know, just chuck him in
Yeah.
the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and have him murder everyone.
That'd be fine.
That's the only thing they can really do other than that. Right, howdy partner. Today's final question comes from Cowboy James.
Okay,
who
fair.
says, if you can have a dream
Fair
match
enough.
with a Hall of Famer versus a new superstar, who would it be and why? Slaps head multiple times, Simon Miller.
Ooh, that is such a tough question because the Hall of Fame is so vast. Let's go with a total nerd pick.
Okay.
Let's go with the most old school of old school tag teams, the Rock and Roll Express, classic babyface. Ricky Morton changing the game as a face in peril against the most old school of new school tag teams, the Revival.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Peak Rock and Roll versus current Revival. Tell me that wouldn't be great.
That sounds fantastic.
Go and tell them your one, mate.
I was contemplating a variety of different ones.
Yes, you were.
There's some questionable members of the Hall of Fame. Feel free to speculate what that match that I may have been thinking of involving Walter in the comment section might be. But anyway,
Billions and billions.
I'm going to go
It's
with...
Kid Rock, obviously.
No, much love for Kid Rock, friend of the channel. I don't know how. I'm going to go with Johnny Gargano versus all of the Hall of Fame.
Ricky Steamboat?
I mean, take your pick.
Yeah.
Ricky Steamboat, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, any of them would put on an absolutely stellar match, and I would love to see it. Right, let's move on to today's and finally, and I've been so excited to show you this, Andy Murray.
Okay.
All Elite Wrestling and WWE, obviously two of the biggest wrestling promotions in the world right now, but it doesn't matter. Put them in the bin because they will not exist in a few months' time because I have found Robot Pro Wrestling Dekinoka. There is a YouTube channel. Go and check it out. It is truly unbelievable. We
What
can't
is
show that
this?
much here, obviously. But Robot Pro Wrestling is the future.
Oh my goodness.
I want to take a look at this. This is Saga versus Hauser. Saga is 5-0 up in this. As you can see, Hauser getting to his feet there. A little bit of trouble there. Falls over slightly. But look, take it from here. Look at this. Hooks him. He's got him.
Oh no!
Suplex. There we
He
go.
dropped him on his goddamn head. Amazing.
There's even a little ref bot as well, which you go and check it out. It is, you'll lose your day to it.
Robot
It's
next, dude.
Robot Pro Wrestling Dekinoka is the YouTube channel you
Incredible
need to go and check out. I mean, it's changed my life.
That has changed my life, man. Wow.
Can I change my mind and have
6
Ricky
stars.
the Dragon Steamboat Race Saga, the robot?
I'm here for that.
Right, let us know your thoughts on the future of pro wrestling and Robot Pro Wrestling in the comment section below and all of today's news stories. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe and check out WhatCulture Wrestling on either iTunes or Spotify for daily wrestling podcasts. We've got an interview with Conrad Thompson going up later today and lots more stuff.
And before we go, a thank you to the lovely gentleman on Newgate Street in Newcastle who I was walking home from work yesterday, stopped me in the street and said, "Love the show, man. Shout outs to you."
Oh, that's very nice. My thanks,
Oh my
Sam.
God.
I don't know, but he's a great guy.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. My thanks to Andy Murray. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Pro wrestling robots?
Yeah. Yeah.